Alright, so we all seen the video of Nick Diaz looking at the camera, looking in shape, and apparently is apparently he's been on a diet program and getting down, and he got down to 175 pounds or something like that in that video. And according to his manager, you know the story, he's planning on fighting again, coming back 2021. Uh, it's cool. I would have liked to seen that, a few years earlier, and then by now being retired officially, but Nick Diaz is Nick Diaz. Only real person that has any control over Nick Diaz's fight career is Nick Diaz. So, as far as what I saw in news and stuff, it looks like he wants big fights. Makes sense. Uh, it makes sense in a way. I would have liked to see. A guy coming back that's from like 2 generations ago. I'd rather them either fight, you know, unranked guys or whatever. But that's just looking at skills. Like, that's not looking at what a fighter's worth. Obviously, as far as his worth, no, you don't give him. You give him guys with names, you know, and I respect that. Uh, so far, when I was thinking about it earlier, the only guys with names that I would want to see him fight are all at welterweight. Uh, Obviously, the Jorge fight's there. Bad matchup for Nick. Connor fight's possible. At least when fans come by. Also a bad fight for Nick. But, you know, I do. I, I would kind of like to see him fight Anthony Pettis, even though his brother did it. But his brother fought. His brother fought all three of those guys. But that's a winnable fight and a dude with a name. I would like to see him also fight Wonder Boy. Now, skill wise, it's a bad matchup for Nick, but there's quite a few unknowns with that. If we all know Wonder Boy to be the nicest guy, or his title is the nicest guy in the UFC, or the nicest fighter in the UFC. And historically, Nick Diaz has been a guy to forget about being. He doesn't want to play nice with any opponent because he looks at the realism of the situation is that why would I be nice to you? We're fixing a fight. One of us could die, or both of us could die. We're definitely going to beat each other up. There's no reason for me to be nice to you. Him and Nate both came from that. They both had that mentality. That's the reality of all fights, is that you're going to beat each other up. And that's one reason one reason I respect both the guys. And historically, he's gone out of his way, at least until the fight's over, depending on who he's fighting and the outcome of the fight. He's always been like, Stockton, you know what I mean? He's always been, we're enemies. He's always made that clear. We're enemies until this is over. potentially until this is over or longer. Uh, so it'd be interesting to see how Wonderboy reacts to the Diaz mentality. If it's, because you remember a lot of guys in the past, it'd be like, what's, how is this guy still talking? Like, what is this guy saying? It would mess with their heads. So I'd wonder if that would do anything to Wonderboy's head. Obviously, they would prepare for that, but it's only so much. It's only so much you can prepare for. You know. As far as middleweight, because Diaz can fight at middleweight. There's not really any. There's not really any matchup for him. It's not any favorable matchups for him at all. The only one I would say would be a favorable matchup for him at middleweight would be Anderson Silva. But Anderson's talking about retirement, especially after this next fight on Halloween. So I kind of would like to see them run it back and see how the fight would look. That's a fight I like more than any other fight for Nick Diaz. Another one, and then at middleweight, Darren Till called him out. Be alright. Good matchup for Till. But I just thought of two more at welterweight. It'd be interesting to see. I think it'd be a great fight if he fought Mike Perry. I would like to see that. And other than that, Damian Maia. But Damian Maia is busy. But Nick was talking about returning in 2021. So if Maia's still on the roster, he still wants to fight, that would be an interesting fight for Diaz. Other than that, I kind of, we control our own. We make our own choices. We make our own decisions. We do whatever we want to do, especially when you're in a position like the Diaz brothers. So, if he's in it, I hope he's in it. I hope he's in it. And I hope the rest of his career as a fighter is awesome. That's all I got for this video, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think below about Nick Diaz coming back. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications for more content. See, I looked at the fight card for this coming up fight, and as far on the UFC.com, they only got the main event and the co-main. So far, the only one I'm interested in making a prediction for is the main event. But obviously there's going to be some more fights come up, so I'm going to keep my eye out on that. And until next time, we'll see you.